It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this was a team after the Russell Wilson trade that looked like they might be bottoming out. But for years, the Seahawks have had great success in the NFL draft, as you well know. And they've used the last few drafts to really restock this roster.
And they certainly have restocked this roster and have gotten back to playing football the way that they want to do it. Seahawks football, which means running the ball with authority on offense. They've added runners, offensive linemen, and now they're just being forceful in the way they're going about their business, the way that they did it when they ran to Super Bowls.
Meanwhile, for the Giants, what a turnaround last season in year one of the Brian Daboll era, Charles. Yes, they finished behind the Eagles and Cowboys, but they did win 9 games and one more for good measure at Minnesota in the wild card round.
Talk about establishing a new base, a new culture, and getting into the playoffs while doing it. So tough to beat this Giants team in the fourth quarter. They expect that to continue.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. Sliding out of the pocket. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Now Geno on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Walker. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 53 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Giants ready to go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
Playing for his Giants career, Jones' best season as a starter didn't come with huge numbers as a passer. He was just the guy his team needed him to be, someone who could threaten the defense throwing it, and especially as a runner.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a 2-time Pro Bowler coming off a big year, Saquon Barkley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
After a couple of seasons of battling injuries, the former #2 overall pick returned to Pro Bowl form with over 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. Just as important, played 16 games and handled over 350 touches, essentially carrying the Giants' offense.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys have been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd. Now Jones. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. And back deep is DJ Dallas. This is taken at the 15. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their 1st drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They run with a 2nd-year man. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the 1st drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Throwing is Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. To the air again, Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. To throw is Smith. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. And he fires one, but incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Jones. Dancing to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Darrell Taylor, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Draymond Jones. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Darrell Taylor, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He'll look to set up his blockers. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over first and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Azeez Ojulari. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Geno now to throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
The Seahawks signed Wosu last free agency. He can be the top edge rusher and make plays like that look routine. 9.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles last season. Certainly seems like a smart investment on their part.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right. One of the last things this offensive quarterback has to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. Runs through the contact. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And going right back to Walker. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Great pickup by Walker. It was the second back off the board in the 2022 draft, but he was first among rookies in carries, yards, and touchdowns, and was the Rookie of the Year runner-up.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And now off to the races. passes down the right side.
Saquon Barkley.
Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 64 yards.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Geno on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
I like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C. Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now it's Smith.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
I don't care what level of football you play. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Smith. Flushed out right. Stays on his feet. They find some open field here. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Smith steps away. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the Giants' 4-yard line.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown.
And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score
So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
On second down, here's Barkley. And some room to work.
95 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it.
And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
Here's Smith.
Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Now Smith on the move to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Myers' kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And New York set to take the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A first throw here for the backup, Taylor.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. Now inside the 25.
And finally taken down at the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Running left, it's Barkley. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Geno the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Giants 14.
Geno now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And now out come the Giants. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now Taylor to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know,
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing is Smith. Out to his left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Geno on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Azeez Ojulari
Able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
And down he goes again. A bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's really something special when we see a quarterback top 100 yards in one half of football. And if he keeps up this pace in the second half, the NFL record for single-game rushing by a QB is certainly in sight.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, it's Smith.
He completes this to Walker.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Smith now to throw, rolling to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
Second down and 3.
To throw is Smith. And Walker has it. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now 2 yards to go on third down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Buying time to his left. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. The final shot here before break. Smith eluding the pressure right. Fight it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith as time expires in the first half.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
But my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. For the Seahawks in the first half, they were led by their quarterback, Geno Smith. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Now Jones. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing Jones. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now Jones to throw on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants have cut it back within a score.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point try good by Geno. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Geno now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the 1st. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
There we go.
Smith on 1st down. Flushed out right. Sheds off the tackle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. They'll try the air now with Smith. Steps away to his left. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Smith flush to his right. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Smith steps away. And he is in for the Seattle down. Geno Smith, a 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On the move to his left. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Jones. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Draymond Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Jones.
And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down. And this may be all for naught. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
Here's Jones on 1st down.
And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Jones.
Gets this to Waller on the crossing route.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Jones now on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Off play action, Jones.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt, and he missed it. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, Smith dancing to his left.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Being chased out left. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Second time in this game, Charles. The ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Bobby Okereke
drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on third down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one's high, but not very far. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
122 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Off the play fake. Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now they run the option on 2nd down.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Play action. It's Smith. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Geno. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try to make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Down to the 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a 4th-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Jones, another shot here after the pick six. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. That escapes the sack.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
165 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now Jones. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He'll buy some time right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And Daniel Jones has always been an integral part of his team's run game. 5 touchdowns on the ground in the first 3 years. Had 7 last season. So even if it's not a called quarterback run, he understands where the goal line is and often will carry it himself.
Geno the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Geno now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off. I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
Now Geno on first down. This is the tight end Fant. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Sliding out of the pocket.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
On first down, Smith out to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
On third down, here's Walker.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers from the left hash. This from 37. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Geno getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Jones.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sean Robinson dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down.
Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down.
Under pressure, they got him again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Smith, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Throwing Jones. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Geno Smith is sacked.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead.
And the pressure gets to him again. Sean Robinson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
A give for Walker running right.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. Pass complete to Shepard.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now Jones.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
Buying time to his left.
And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you know, you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose a down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Myers' kick is good.
So a good return here, fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And now after the field goal, they say, we want it back again. They're going to go for the onside kick. Down the numbers. There he goes. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Now Jones.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
To throw is Jones.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. Throwing now, Smith.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.